In December of 2016, India Bike Week got in touch with me. After 4 successful years of hosting India Bike Week, this was going to be a year of 5 rides: Pondicherry, Chikaldara, Jodhpur, Cherrapunji, and then India Bike Week in November in Goa. I was asked to pick one location where I could attend and speak about motovlogging. I chose Pondicherry. I've never been to the south by road, and I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to do that. India Bike Week offered to fly me there. That was not going to happen. Nope. Not going to happen. One of India Bike Week's sponsors, Benelli, came on board with me and gave me the Benelli TNT 600i to ride from Mumbai to Pondicherry and back to Mumbai. This is the story of that journey. I get a lot of questions from some of my subscribers asking me how they can convince their parents to allow them to ride their motorcycles further. Touring isn't an easy thing, and it always takes me back to the first time I had to convince my mum to let me ride from Mumbai to Goa. It's funny that I'm talking about this now, but the first time I ever rode out of Maharashtra was to ride to India Bike Week. And I remember the expression she had on her face the first time I asked her. She wasn't really thrilled, to say the least. But that's natural for a parent to feel that way. I think it's a whole lifetime of hard work you put into raising a child, and then to see them put their lives at risk over something like motorcycles isn't really easy for them to understand. And honestly, it's not just with parents, it's with some of my friends as well. I don't think people understand the joy of riding motorcycles until they actually experience it themselves. Alright, so I'm finally leaving from Mumbai. It is the first. It took me about an hour to put all my luggage onto this Benelli 600i, the Escape Benelli that is. And I'm on my way now. I've got a tank bag on it, I've got 2 saddlebags, and I've got a helmet bag at the back as well for my pillion who'll be joining me from Bengaluru. And yeah, let's get the journey started, man. Is there anyone around here? Civilization. Oh, okay. That guy scratching his nuts is probably the attendant. Power है क्या? हाँ, उसका full tank डालना है मुझको. It is really cold here. I think it's cooler than it is in Mumbai right now. And with the mesh jacket and a lack of a visor, which is why I don't really like touring on naked bikes, but then this thing's an exception. I'll make an exception for this. Just got a call from Rec 8 Ralph, and he was asking me how far I've reached. And yeah, we made up some good time on this bike. I was fortunate to leave when I did, because I was initially planning to leave at about 5 or 6, because the night before that I just got about 3 hours of sleep. For any one of you who runs marathons or plays any kind of sport, you would realize that the sleep that you get the night before the actual event is what defines whether you're actually tired or not. So yeah, unfortunately for me, 3 hours of sleep the previous night, and I think 3 hours of sleep last night as well. And here's why I love two wheels. We just get to stroll past the toll booths. Hi. I remember you were waiting for me last time also. How are you doing?
Well,
Too much luggage now I pack.
I always pack extra more than I'm supposed to. Yeah.
But there's one riding jacket which is in this thing, that's why it's so bulky.
जब भी आओगे मिलता रहूँगा.
हाँ हाँ.
कर देना मुंबई में.
Cool, I'll do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. So that's the first subscriber I've met on this ride, Digambar. He met me previously as well on my ride to, I think, the Powerdrift Army meetup, if I'm not mistaken. Very nice chap. Have to be mindful here that I'm carrying saddlebags and a helmet at the back, and a tank bag, and the ride on air. I don't want to be dragging anything around. Not that I can, but I don't want to be. Okay, so we've just stopped at Lonavala to eat something. It's 6:15 almost in the morning now, and hasn't started to get bright just yet, but it's really cold over here. It's extremely cold. And I ordered an omelette and some chai. Try to get some warmth in my body, and then we'll move on from here. Check out Goliath, man. Check out Goliath. What a beast, huh? What a beast. Okay, so just done having breakfast now, and I'm heading towards Pune. Should be there in a bit. There is this right turn which I'm not really 100% sure about where it is. Hopefully I get it this time, because if you miss that, then you're heading in a totally different direction altogether. So let's hope for the best, shall we? I don't know if you guys can see this, but the sun is slowly starting to come out. And so are the idiots. These guys change lanes so easily, man. Sun's finally come out to play here. There's still a lot of fog around Pune, so it's not that hot. It's still kind of cold here. It's getting better now. It definitely is. Took a small stop just to have a Red Bull and chill. Not as entertaining as the other variant. For some reason this charger isn't charging fast enough. I think it's the cable. Again, I'm not sure. Let's continue. Check out this view now. Pretty amazing, huh? Don't know how many bugs are on my lens, but there's plenty on my visor. Goliath looking beautiful as always. And in spite of all the luggage and whatnot on it, it still handles pretty well around these ghats over here. Hi.
I was just passing by, I saw you.
What's your name?
Raj.
Raj.
That's
Nice
the
to
part
meet
of meetup.
you. Okay, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
You in the car or something?
I stopped there. Right.
Okay.
So you are going to Pondicherry.
Right now I'm heading to Bangalore and then stopping for a day and then.
Mysore now.
Yeah, it's damn loud here.
Very nice. Chalo, all the best with this.
Thanks a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping, man. I didn't expect you to.
Picture?
Of course, yeah. You want me to take off my helmet?
Yeah, sure.
Here.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks.
See you. Welcome. Let's get back on the bike then, shall we? I read this sometime back and it really stuck with me. I read a saying which was, never trade the thrills of living for the security of existence. The security of existence. And on so many levels that meant so much to me, because I look around and I see friends and family and people who I've known who really never pushed themselves at times, just purely because they were either too scared of what they could become or too comfortable with what they had achieved. And we are nothing if we don't take risks. I think life is full of taking risks, and your biggest risk will be the one you don't take. It's like that saying goes, a ship is safe in a harbor, but that is not what a ship is built for. Man, if nothing else, this whole ride is going to be worth it because of the sound of that N94. Absolutely insane. No other words to describe it. Insane. Completed about 6 hours of riding now today, since the time I left my home, and done quite a few kilometers as well. And I'm feeling a little sleepy now, so I think I'll stop and just have some Red Bull. Got a Red Bull in the bag and I'll try and pop that one. Oh, feeling sleepy now. Should have slept a little more, I think. Oops. Ah. Okay, just finished going live on Facebook a few minutes back, and I'm heading back on the road now. Okay, I think one of my subscribers has just spotted me over here. I just stopped a little ahead. How long were you waiting for?
3 hours.
3 hours? Shit, sorry man, I think I'm late then. Okay, so we've reached Nipani now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the turn. There'll be a turn ahead which takes you through Amboli Ghat and that section, Sawantwadi and whatnot. Very nice, very nice. I've done this, what, in 7 hours? The weather is still fine. People have been asking me on the live chat whether it's getting hot. It's not that hot, considering I'm moving though, but I'm not really sure how hot it is when I stop. That remains to be seen. Let's take a right and let's enjoy this place. Okay, so this is Hotel Goa West. Goa West? What does that mean? Okay, whatever. Hotel Goa West, it is. It's what, 12:25 now. I'm gonna try and finish this off as quickly as possible and then be on my way. See you in a bit.
A few moments later.
from lunch now towards Belgaum and Bangalore then after that. Look at this place, man. 530 kilometers from Bangalore, 27 kilometers from Belgaum. Let's try and make this quick. Roads are insane. Look around, dude. Holy shit. There's like a 3-lane on this side, 3 lanes on that side, and it's just flat out. I mean, of course, I'm not going flat out, but if you wanted to, you could. Amaze balls. Right up to the horizon on one side, right up to the horizon on the other side. $358 kilometers to go, 5 hours and 11 minutes more, and it is now 4:23, which means I should be there about 9:30. Now let's do this, come on. It's 300 kilometers more to go and we should be at Bengaluru. It's not really getting hot considering we're moving continuously and because of the wind blast I'm getting on this bike, but I fear what kind of conditions await me at night because it was pretty cold earlier. I hope it doesn't get that cold around 7-8 o'clock when I'm reaching into Bengaluru. The sun is starting to set on us now and I am 4 hours away from my destination. I think I'm gonna have a bit of night riding to do today. Night Rider. Night Rider. Night Rider? Anyone remembers that? Night Rider? What are your names? Sorry, you are? Bharat, nice to meet you. Karthik and Chindu, nice to meet you guys. Man. Where do you live? Close by or?
Yeah, down here.
Okay, yo. Just behind, like a few kilometers behind.
6-7.
Okay. No one speaks English what around here?
Little English.
Yeah, no, because even when I stopped to fill fuel, I said full. I said full tank. And he filled 200 rupees. I don't know for what. And I was wondering, does it sound similar? Full, and what do you all say for 200?
200 rupees.
You know, I didn't know. I don't know why he filled only 200. Okay, bye, see you. Really nice to meet those three back there. They were waiting since 1 o'clock in the afternoon I feel so bad making people wait for me, and I wish I could stick to some timelines which I could make sure that everyone meets me without having to kind of struggle or wait and stuff like that. Okay, the good news is they said that the airport is about 4 hours from here, about 250 kilometers. That's similar to what my GPS is telling me right now. And to add to that, what they also shared is that there are cops around here. I think they call them interceptors, and they have speed guns about a mile ahead. So they asked me to stay within 100 kilometers an hour on this road for the next 60 kilometers. And they said after that there's really no... Well, that sign said 80 back there. Anyway, I think they said 100 is acceptable, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and then after that, apparently the airport road doesn't have any speed restrictions, which is a very interesting thing. So yeah, let's try and stick to just 100 and then let her rip. Let me just take a moment to fathom what's going on right now. I'm on a 600cc motorcycle, an inline 4 with probably the best exhaust note in the Indian market right now. Stock, that is. To my left, I've got greenery like crazy. To my right, I've got greenery and mountains all over the place. The sun is setting. There's different shades. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. There's a shade of blue fading into orange, fading into green, fading into purple going on in the sky right now. And it's absolutely breathtaking. Windmills on the top left over there. Man, it's moments like these that you just sit back and thank your lucky stars that you have the opportunity to do what you do and can still go out and enjoy yourself on a motorcycle. People ask us, why do we ride motorcycles? This right here for me is my moment. This is why I ride a motorcycle. I've always heard that South India had so much to offer in comparison to what we have in Mumbai, and this is just a drop in the ocean of what it has to offer. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I just can't wait to get started with this India Bike Week event. Tomorrow is going to be a subscriber meetup. I'm looking forward to meeting however many of you can come. I know it's a working day, but I'm looking forward to that. And day after, I'm riding to Pondicherry with one of my close friends. 2 days in Pondicherry, and then I'm back to Bangalore and then back to Mumbai. It's getting dark now, so I'm going to end maybe the riding part of the vlog over here. But I'm coordinating with my friend and I have to pick her up from the airport right now. So I'll be going directly to the airport, picking her up from there, and then we'll head back to the hotel we're staying at. I think we all should have goals in our life, be it at work, be it in our personal lives. There's always going to be some thoughts of the others running through your mind during a long distance ride, like, should I make another stop to fuel up? Do I need to make another stop to have something to eat? And there's so many thoughts that keep flowing through your mind, and some people call it excuses to kind of keep you off the road. And maybe that's the body's natural instinct to kind of keep you away from risking it all. Or maybe that's just your insecurities telling you that you may not be able to achieve this. But a goal tops that all out. In the last stop I made, which was a few kilometers into Belgaum, I received a phone call from my pillion saying she was boarding her flight and would be landing in Bengaluru in about 4 hours. And our plan initially at the start of this entire trip was that I would meet her at the airport and then pick her up, and then we'd head back to the hotel. And I knew that if I took any more stops than I did on the way there, that I would not be able to meet her at the airport the moment she landed. And that would make things a bit more confusing. While I was sleepy, while I was tired, and while I was mentally exhausted, for the next 4 hours, I didn't make a single stop. Reason being, I now had a goal in mind. Goals are very important. They definitely are. Okay,